Listen, I don't know if you know this, but nowadays there are studies that show that us as consumers, humans, have to hear the same message about 19 to 21 times before it actually clicks in our head and we step into action. Either way, whether it's, considering the message that we're hearing and stepping into action or just like completely disregarding it. And so, what I'm going to share with you today are 10 ways to put yourself out there in a way that's authentic, that's genuine, that builds relationships, connections with your ideal clients so that they come out of the woodwork. I'm telling you, this will happen. But what happens is you guys are so afraid. Ladies, put your big girl panties on. You guys are leaders. We need to behave that way. My coach told me this yesterday. If you are not betting on yourself, how can you expect somebody else to bet on themselves through you? Take that in for a moment. Most of us are leaders in some way. We are an expert. We are the leader of our business, and we are expecting people to say yes to us when we are not even certain in ourselves. And it's obvious that you're not certain in yourself because you're not showing up that way. For some, you're not showing up at all. I came from corporate America and advertising, but it was a very male dominated industry. And the women that did really well, like myself, it was not because of our smarts and intelligence. It was probably because of our looks. Okay. And so I am on a mission to demystify this, especially in marketing and especially in how women entrepreneurs show up. We need to show up with authority, credibility, and stand up for our freaking beliefs and our convictions. And the only way that you can do that is by doing these things that I'm going to share on this list. These are 10 secrets. They're really not secrets. It's common sense things, but we, again, get in our way. But these are 10 ways to build trust, mixing your wisdom with your personal stories and truly showcasing your authentic self on social media so that you can strengthen meaningful connections to create a genuine relationship with your audience. If you're not creating a genuine relationship and you're not moving people through that know, like, trust process, no one is going to say yes to your offers. They need to get to know you. Think about dating, right? When you start dating someone, usually you don't get married like the next day. I share this about like how my husband and I met. We met in college. We were introduced by a friend. I actually pointed him out. I said something to a friend of mine. We were at a Greek event at a bar, and I told my friend, wow, he's really cute. She knew who he was. So I became aware of him, right? She introduced us. I got to know him. Once I got to know him, I built that like factor, right? I started to like him. Once I got to like him and he liked me and we fell in love, he proposed. He didn't buy me, but that's like what I would use the analogy of the purchasing stage. Okay. But we got to develop that relationship with our audience. And these are the ways to do it. So first one, storytell with purpose. So I'm going to give you an example. The story I just told about how my husband and I met and how I just like correlated that to marketing, that's storytelling. I'm storytelling with purpose. So share personal anecdotes that resonate with your audience's experiences, whether it's overcoming a challenge or celebrating a victory or just authentic storytelling that starts to build rapport and it fosters this trust with your audience. So they really get to know you as a human being. Nobody cares about your offer, not until they get to know you and how you can be their solution. Okay. So, incorporating more storytelling with purpose in your content, in how you communicate with people is going to be secret number one. Consistency is key. Regularly show up on social media so that you maintain that visibility and the credibility. Listen, if you're showing up once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week, that is not consistent. We want our potential clients to show up daily for us, but we're not willing to show up daily for them. There's a misalignment there. And so we need to align our actions with what we desire. And so if we're looking for consistent clients, we need to be consistent in how we are behaving, right? So regularly show up. And these are things if you are using social media as one of your marketing tools to help drive your business, okay? Most of us are using social media to help drive our visibility, leads, and sales. Number 3, transparency in your action. Be open about your journey. Be open about your struggle. including your successes, including your credibility. And having this consistent engagement and content creation that demonstrates this makes you more relatable, it makes you real, and it shows your dedication to your audience. I'm on the fourth one, value-driven content. Here's what I mean by this. Value-driven means, think about, if I were the reader, if I were my audience on the other side of this, what would I get out of this? Would this help me in some way? Okay, that's how you know it's valuable. So offer valuable insights, tips, resources. And these are just a bunch of different ideas that are going to address your audience's pain points and their aspirations. So when you provide actionable content that demonstrates your expertise because it's valuable, and it also shows your genuine desire to help them succeed, that builds that know, like, trust factor. Number 5. Authenticity with your interactions. You want to be super genuine when you're interacting on social media. So express your true personality and values. Don't shy away. Like, I actually spoke to someone, and I put this in my stories. Yesterday, I met with a trailblazer of a business coach and consultant. She has been in the business for at least 20 years. Okay. So corporations hire her and her team to come in and consult and coach their employees on leadership. She's a leadership coach. She is now breaking away from the consulting side to focus on her coaching business and work. She's got programs that she's developing, all of this. She told me yesterday, and she was fully transparent, which I really, really loved about her. But she told me that even though she's been in this business for so long, she's scared of what people are going to think about her. I'm like, she's in probably her mid 40s, like myself. Like, hello. And she's been in her expertise for decades, and she's fearful of what people are going to think about her on social media. Meanwhile, she speaks on stages. She gets paid to speak at conferences for huge corporations. I mean, it's crazy. Her programs that she sells are like 30 grand for 2 days, right? So my point to this is when you're on social media and you're interacting with others, pretend as if you are speaking to them face to face. Next one, building community. Creating a sense of community on social media where your audience feels valued and supported is going to go a long way for you. You can also build a sense of community around your brand on your public profiles. It's around you, your brand, what you stand for, your mission, and your vision. That is building a sense of community. Okay. So we want to encourage our followers to have conversations with us that promote this mutual interaction so that they can learn and they can grow from your expertise. And that's building a community. And you can do this, by the way, with product. Okay. So one of our amazing clients, you can follow her, Ballerina Spa. We've been working with her as an agency, building the sense of community around what she stands for, which is ageless pro glow skincare. And she has developed this amazing new skincare line that's vegan. It's Leap Bunny certified. I mean, this is amazing. I've been using it. It's literally removing my lines. Okay. Literally my lines are disappearing. Super clean. It's oncology safe. And I'm sharing those things because that is the community that she's building around that brand. The sense of community that she's building around it is for women in their 40s and above, and some are younger, but 40s and above, that are really looking for a healthy skincare line that actually works. And so we're building the sense of community around her product line, but also it's around her as a skincare coach. And she does have a group, but primarily this is happening on her public profiles. Same thing with us. Even if you're a professional service provider, a coach, or a consultant, you can do the same thing. Okay. The next one is share behind the scenes. I can't stress this enough. Share behind the scenes. And this is kind of behind the scenes for me because I'm always on the go, but you'll see that I do some of my live videos. I do them when I'm hot and sweaty and I'm on my walk. Like, you don't like staring at me hot and sweaty and me just being real. You can move on. I'm okay with it. Okay. So I'm just being real, right? That's one way to do it. Sharing behind the scenes of like, if you have a team working with your team, sharing behind the scenes on something that you're working on, like literally screen sharing something that you're working on behind the scenes. That's another way. Share yourself inside of a container learning about something. That's behind the scenes. So those are behind the scene moments of your business, and sharing those, whether it's a candid moment, which really humanizes your brand, or just, sharing the process of something that you're working on, it's going to strengthen that connection between you and your audience. And then the last one is being honest. I've shared with you guys my struggles in the beginning of my business. And I want to share with you also that this is a reminder because my coach reminded me of this too. Our business is not linear. It is always going up and down, no matter what stage of business you're in, no matter what your revenue months are. And in all of those stages, we have very similar challenges, just at different capacities of them. But be honest about that. And that's going to show integrity in your interactions on social media. Put out, things that bother you. Share your opinion. Be truthful in your communication and your actions, because honesty and that trustworthiness is the highest form of building a relationship. All right. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.